We are here today with Loretta from Wholehearted Wellness and celebrating her new role as an end-of-life doula. She's answered her calling with this role, and it allows her to support individuals and their families during one of life's most profound transitions. Her mission is to offer holistic care that nurtures the emotional, spiritual, and physical well-being of those nearing the end of life. Through services like life reviews, legacy projects, mindfulness practices, and nutritional support, she aims to bring peace, comfort, and vitality and love to the sacred time. With Wholehearted Wellness, she embraces the holistic approach and is able to provide a living and dying, empowering individuals to thrive in body, mind, and spirit. She's excited to guide others on this transformational journey, fostering a space of love, trust, and healing. It's my pleasure to welcome you this morning, coming from Winnipeg area in Canada. So how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you. And thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. This is quite a different profession. I've never heard of this role before, and it sounds amazing. It sounds like something that so many people will be happy to have.
Yeah, I think it's definitely needed. And I actually never heard about it myself until recently. So I didn't even know it existed. It was actually quite interesting how I heard about it, but it's through the journey of where I came to, and it just literally just fell on my lap. And when I actually found out what it was, I just had a calling, but I didn't know what the term was. But anyway, connected my path and my calling, and I ended up becoming an end-of-life doula. So I'm super excited to connect with people, and like you said in my bio, just really to support people emotionally, physically, and spiritually through their end-of-life process and their loved ones.
Of course, and having experienced going through that process myself, having that service would be so important for all the family members, the children. Like I have older children, and they found it very difficult. Like my father-in-law just passed, and I know one of my stepdaughters, she would have really been able to use somebody like you or hire somebody like you, where allowing her to think of the good times, and with that love that he provided for her, because he made sure that we were all taken care of even after that he had passed. And similar to success, when I say taken care of, I don't mean everything is financially. Just like success, it's not all financial. It's with food, it's with love, it's with those experiences. And that's why it's so important. And having you here today is because I know how compassionate and empathetic you are. And one of the things that I absolutely love is, I'm going to start going right into some of the projects that you're doing that I know about, is the community garden. Tell us a little bit about that. Because I see all the lettuce in the background.
Yeah, well, this is
audience is probably wondering.
Right? I'm like, okay, I have to do my interview by the Tower Garden, because it really did change my life. And honestly, from my healing process, a lot of that did come from the power of whole food nutrition. And it just made me very passionate, and I want to share that with everyone. And just starting a community garden just seemed like the right thing to do. I wanted to provide some quality, nutrient dense, chemically free food to people. And we live in the country. So when you said we live near Winnipeg. That is true. We just live outside of Winnipeg. Technically, from my house, I can see the sign that says the center of Canada. So I tell people that I am from the center of Canada, so we have 40 acres out here, and so we're just going to start off small. But I wanted to start like a nice in-ground community garden to share and get people to get back to their roots and teaching them how to start growing food, and also that they can make stuff with this. So, and that also comes with some cooking classes. And I do love my sourdough because it's all about healing your gut. But my dream is to have one of the largest indoor tower garden, community gardens in Canada. The like amazing part of having a tower garden is you can grow all year round. So coming from the climate I am in, I am blessed to have an outdoor garden, but I do want, and I love having the indoor garden that I can grow the 12 months, where a lot of people don't have that accessibility because they don't have tower gardens. So if I can make a community garden full of tower gardens, that's just going to help so many more people year round.
That's beautiful because it ties right into, as an end of life doula, if you're eating healthy and you're making your life last longer, they don't need that other service so quickly.
Right. It's about the quality, vitality of life, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody who comes to me is going to be dying in the next week or two. Sometimes they want
exactly.
Right, their lifespan, and just giving them that quality of life. So when you eat whole food nutrition, whether it be food or Juice Plus, which is a supplement that I sell, everything, food, but also everything on earth is energy, different levels of energy. So when the sun is shining on an apple or a banana or a lemon, it has different energy levels. So when you take that food and you put it inside your stomach, then now that causes all that internal healing, and it's fixing your microbiome, and it's releasing that energy, and that's how it heals your body. So when you're eating the dead food, which is like junk food and sugars, that's dead food. So that causes disease, right? So if we can get people eating properly, and through some guidelines of what to eat, but getting that whole food nutrition, we can actually get them to absorb that good energy and heal from the inside. So it's pretty amazing when you start thinking about energy as being so important. But there's also that mind gut connection. So if you can actually heal your gut and it's connected to your mind. So when you think that in your gut and you're causing diseases, it comes from inflammation. So if you can come from an area where you can delay that and you can heal, so you're not going to have the inflammation, so then you're not going to have those diseases, but then you can also raise your intuition, because gut intuition is actually a real thing too. So when your gut is healthier, your intuition is higher. So you can take this from all different levels, but I can actually help people spiritually as well from healing their body. So yeah, I'm so passionate about healing the gut. I offer so many different love your gut health classes. Kombucha, sourdough is one of the most popular. So other than growing food, eating real food, avoiding processed foods, just teaching people how to cook with it. But yeah, just really to heal within, outerly. So yeah.
That's so beautiful. My husband loves sourdough. It's one of his favorite things. I'm gonna have to take you up on a class. But so healing from the inside out, I love that. And along with some of the other people who have interviewed now, we've talked mainly about that, how it's so important, healing from the inside out. So Loretta, tell me, when you were younger, like I guess it's kind of two questions. Did you have some stomach issues? Like, how did you come upon this? Were there stomach issues due to anxiety, or how did this come about?
So I had an injury that left me unable to walk. And when I was finally able to walk again, because of just really heavy duty meds, I was able to start my healing process. So from being able to stop my life and having to heal myself physically, I was able to heal myself mentally and spiritually, which then just led me to the point where I am now. So through my healing, I think there was a point where, like I said, I was able to walk. I went to my doctors, and fast forward about a year. And at that point in my life, there was a shortage in Winnipeg, and we were unable to get lettuce for about a month. And so basically, when it came back in, it was about $12 a head. And because I had two kids that were pescatarian, I turned to Tower Garden as a solution to get some fresh, nutrient-dense food into my family for a good price. So when I signed up to be a partner with Tower Garden, because I was looking for a discount, because I also was on long-term disability because I was injured,
Right.
I took the discount, and then I started to learn about Juice Plus. So now when I'm at my doctor's, and my doctor's telling me that she wants me to go for back surgery because she doesn't think I can heal, I said, "Oh, I've heard of Juice Plus. It's whole food nutrition. It's helped other people. Maybe it can help me." So from that step forward, I decided that, yeah, I'm going to start healing myself. So I started, of course, taking Juice Plus. I took it every day, and I started really examining labels. What am I putting into my body? That was really huge for me, because obviously I wanted to get myself back to the point where I'm healthy again. But so basically, going forward, say 5 months, I was able to get off all my meds, and I just really continued really excelling at wanting to make myself the best vessel that I could be. So with that, I will have to say, also Juice Plus has a detox program that they offer where you follow some guidelines while you're taking the products. But I was able to stop drinking. One of the guidelines that they have was to reduce or eliminate alcohol. And for me, that was huge because I've been self-numbing from a very early age. I think I started drinking. I grew up in Thompson, Manitoba, which is 8 hours north of Winnipeg. And I started drinking at age 13, which is really young. Like, I can't imagine seeing my children drink at that age. So that's very disturbing. But again, I was self-medicating with alcohol, and that kind of led into my life. So being able to get myself off of alcohol has been huge. And through the success of the program, that it's now 9 months. So I'm almost at 300 days. And I also quit caffeine, which is huge. And literally cutting those two things, and also trying to reduce sugar and processed foods, my body is feeling amazing. So basically, I have been able to avoid surgery, and I've just really changed my life around as a whole because of being able to heal myself. So
That's amazing.
yeah.
That's amazing. So like, I wow. So starting to drink when you're about 13. And so what are some of the feelings like, as when you, like, there must have been a turning point when you're like maybe in your 20s, 30s, or 40s. So, and I know you kind of gave us a good synopsis there of between COVID and you were presented with back surgery, though that's huge. And being on all the medications that you were, so that you wanted to not be on them, which makes sense. How did it feel when, for a couple of things through the process, and you've covered a lot there, when you realized that you were numbing yourself with alcohol? What were some of
Yeah.
the challenges?
I didn't even realize through my life that I was numbing myself with alcohol until just recently. So in my whole healing, all through, I just really kept myself, I guess, too busy to really connect with myself. But because I found that I am important. I need to make time for me. I am my own best friend. So I have to
Yes.
be kind to myself. So in that, then that started really just being able to get those out of my system gave me a lot of clarity. And with that,
Good.
yeah, which is huge, right? So
Yeah.
it's been a blessing. And like I said, just being able to heal mentally and spiritually has really changed the focus of my whole life. And whereas before I was very self-centered, I was always kind and always compassionate, but I've had that throughout my life. But I was perhaps um, more focused on me and not on others per se. So now coming into a field of being a life end of life doula, that I can actually focus on others first and just making myself a service, just really just fills my heart with so much love. And because of my traumatic childhood and feeling unloved, learning how to love myself again had been such a process. So I feel like love didn't forget me. It was always there, and it wasn't until I was able to see it in myself. So, and then now I just really try to empower women and people in general. But I love helping women more. Just there's just
Yeah.
so simple, right? We're all so connected, but just truly helping people, whether that is on a level of nutrition and helping them that way, or helping them, spiritually. Like I said, we do the Love Your Gut health workshops with the sourdough bread, but I really turned into a gut health guru. So I love the fact of kefir and kombucha and bone broth. And so we offer a lot of numerous classes. It's just like a series of Love Your Gut. But yeah, it's practicing those every day, meditating every day, finding time for myself every day. A lot of breath work is important. Just making myself the focus, I am able to help more people, because if I don't have love for myself, how can I give love to other people? So
Exactly. Exactly. I'm so glad that you mentioned the meditation and, the exercise, moving your body, along with nutrition, because it's all part and parcel, right? It's all part of the same, like similar things. It all has the same goal. And
exactly.
so, yeah. So thank you for sharing that about, the alcoholism, and there's so many people, um, that, yeah, you'll have a drink here and there, and they don't realize how, okay, here's one drink, but then there's two drinks, and then how often are you doing it? And by being accountable to yourself, it's huge. And so being able to change that direction, um, like, good for you for being able
Mhm.
to notice that, because accountability, it's really hard for people to sometimes look in the mirror. So with looking in that mirror, tell me a little bit about the struggle, about how hard that was, because I know the journey going from making that decision to, and then doing Juice Plus, and I understand how it was crucial in you becoming where you are today. I understand that. But what are some of the things that were like the thoughts going through your head, and some of the feelings that went along with that? Because we all have our own struggles, and we all go through times where it's, you have that self-doubt. And did you ever have a day where maybe, you wanted to have that drink?
No, actually, for me, when I made the decision to quit drinking, I haven't I haven't had any issues. It was just really
Wow.
my yeah, my mind is there. So I was just ready. So, and for me, I replaced it with drinking sparkling water and kombucha. So those have been my
Okay.
go-tos. Yeah, which I love. I love a really good glass of kombucha. And of course, I have the shower garden, so I can flavor it with different herbs and stuff. So I love that part of it. But coming up to that point, though, it was a huge struggle. And I think some of the feelings that I had been trying to numb were mostly feelings of abandonment. Of course, that was a huge one. And then just that unloved. And I kind of felt like we were seen but not heard. Like there's a lot of childhood trauma in that. But
Yeah.
again, it wasn't until later that I was able to, and I said, because things happen for a reason. right, in your life. I always try to find the blessing of what's actually happening, because it's happening for you, not to you. So,
Exactly.
right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yes, it sucked not being able to walk. Yes, it sucked being in so much pain. Like I can't even describe how much pain I was in. But now that I'm at this point in my life, and I wouldn't change anything, because everything that I've gone through from my childhood to now has made me the person that I am. And I feel like I have so much to give everybody. And I can't wait to share.
So what are
So,
some of the projects? Sorry to interrupt you. I kind of cut you
no,
off there. So,
sorry.
so what are some of the? Oh no, that's wonderful. It just shows your authenticity and
Yeah.
your heart and your love for everybody around you, and that's exactly why it's so important for you. And to be quite honest, if you had like absolutely no emotions, it wouldn't matter as much. And
Mhm.
that's the reality behind it. So no, please don't apologize.
Mm.
So tell me some of the projects you're working on right now. So you have sourdough bread workshops where you discuss, I believe, not even how to make them, but also the nutritional value of them and how it affects your gut. Is that
Oh yeah.
right?
We do a series of different gut workshops, but sourdough is the most popular. So of course, I get in and I do a little bit of a hands-on, so you can actually take your sourdough home with you, but you do get the scientific background. And my daughter Lena, who is her third year in pre-med, it does that for me. And then we
Okay.
also, yeah, and she's amazing. I love working with her. That's a part of my whole success too, is being able to
Beautiful.
work
Yeah.
with people that I love. And I just feel like working with her, like we just have such a special bond now. So it's amazing. And she's
Mhm.
so passionate about helping people too. So it's just such a good fit. But yes, so we're doing the sourdough workshops, which one workshop a month, we actually donate our proceeds 100% to Agape Table in Winnipeg. And we're actually funding them to get tower gardens for their guests. So I love that project. Also working with the Winnipeg Adult Learning Center to get some tower gardens in there for their students and young moms and young families. So I
Mhm.
love that project.
If you were to talk to somebody on the street and they were asking you what they could do to get in your shoes, like to be successful like you are, what would you tell them?
So I
That
think it's to find that inner peace to get you some happiness, but work on forgiveness, work on gratitude. And with that, you'll also find compassion. So that's kind of been my theory of success.
that's beautiful. Oh my gosh. So Loretta, how can people, I know we've just touched on so many topics because you're like a mountain of knowledge. So how can people get in touch with you so that they can work with you or talk to you?
Okay, well, just because this becoming an end of life doula is fairly new, like I said, I literally just heard about it last year. So I just got certified. I went through a continuing education program at the University of Vermont, which I really loved. So yeah, so I am just starting to build a website. So hopefully I'll have a link to share soon. But I do have social media. So I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram, and it is Wholehearted Wellness, because that is the company that I did start, even though I am an end of life doula and that is a main focus of my business. But like you said, through nutrition and mindfulness, there's different umbrellas of being a doula that all correspond into the position. So basically, so I started the Facebook group, and so basically, and then I have a cell phone. So if anybody wants, I have a cell phone number, people can text. But
Awesome.
yeah.
So on Facebook, do they look under Wholehearted Wellness or is it under Loretta?
Oh, well, I'm on Facebook as a personal page, but my business page is
Okay,
Wholehearted Wellness, all separated.
perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, that's amazing. It's been a pleasure getting to know you even more today. And I know people are going to love that lettuce in the background. You know what?
Mhm.
So healthy, and it's just you just want to pick some and put some dressing on it.
Well,
but
I know
but
when
so
I, oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Oh, no. Well, I was going to say about the Tower Garden. So, after when I was able to start walking again and I came out into the kitchen, and we did have our tower garden. Some mornings I would just come and I would see a tomato and it would be, oh, I have a tomato today. Or I would see a little flower starting for a pepper and I would just find such joy. So not
Yeah.
even just like the whole eating the food, but also
Yeah.
the, well, gratitude that I have, but just the love. And it just brought me complete joy just seeing something growing. Cause I was saying like, it's growing, I'm growing. And I was just like really
Yeah.
connected to it. Right.
Yeah. No, that's exactly it. It's new growth. It's like a rebirth. And so with
Mm-hmm.
every vegetable, every plant little spot that you have there, it's like that rebirth of a new beginning. And it's wonderful. We could talk about this for a long time. But um yeah, just the new growth and being able to, like you said, find that compassion, forgiveness in yourself and others, because the more you forgive others, you get more back yourself. Just like love. Love is so much more powerful than people might like to admit. So I truly appreciate you being here today, Loretta. I really do. You're a mountain of knowledge, like I said, in so many ways, with spiritual, end of life, health, all your nutritional needs, and sourdough workshops. You know what? People, oh my gosh, please get a hold of Loretta and Wholehearted Wellness. So thank you so much for being here today. And we'll talk to you later. Thank you, Loretta.
Okay, thanks. Bye.